LoreWarrior Online Double Feature DGR-3F Dragon Fire. Overview. When the fearsome MAD-3R Marauder was introduced to the Inner Sphere, House militaries and mercenary units alike hailed it as the first in a new generation of mechs. Unfortunately, the Amaris Civil War prevented 3 other revolutionary mech designs, including the Dragon Fire, from reaching full-scale production. The technical information contained in the Grey Death memory core recovered in 3028 allowed manufacturers to resume work on these designs. The DGR-3F Dragonfire is the first of the 3 new designs to be put into production. GM, the original owner of the design, sold it to JB Battlemechs Incorporated, manufacturer of the Chameleon training mech. The Dragonfire will be JB's first frontline battle mech. Capabilities. Working from the original blueprints, the Dragonfire design team chose to design a mech specifically to counter the advantages clan mechs gave their pilots. This meant building a mech that could handle versatile fighting styles and control heat buildup. They used an endosteel chassis, an XL engine, which freed up significant tonnage that was allocated to heavier weaponry. A Gauss rifle, autocannon, and several lasers constitute the Dragonfire's awesome firepower. 10 double heat sinks dissipate heat so efficiently that the Dragonfire can fire all of its weapons and move at maximum speed without overheating. Deployment. The Dragonfire has yet to be tested in combat. Despite this lack of a track record, JB Battlemechs has already completed 2 production runs of the Dragonfire and is gearing up for at least 3 more. Both the Draconis Combine and the Lyran Alliance have placed standard training orders for this new mech, as have those mercenary units that can also afford them. Variants. JB Battlemechs has no plans to create variants of the Dragonfire, though some units equipped with the mech suggest replacing the large laser with an ER version. This alteration would further increase the mech's weapons range, but at the cost of creating higher heat. JB engineers have taken this suggestion and put it under review. 3058 Upgrade. Overview. The discovery of the Grey Death memory core combined with the opening of the technical archives on Terra in 3054 allowed engineers to revisit previously lost designs, including a design left on the drawing board back in the late 28th century. The first Dragonfire walked off the JBBMI production lines in late 3058, with the first company going directly to the Draconis Combine. Proving itself in Operation Bulldog and subsequent Great Refusal, orders surged for the resilient design amongst units that faced the clan threat. While production of the original 3F design was dropped off somewhat, a new subsidiary contract with the Word of Blake in the mid-3060s incorporating the word's improved C3 technology helped JBMMI achieve solid profit goals and increase stockholder confidence in the company. In early 3068, JB Battlemechs suddenly found itself in the middle of a financial crisis that saw the company change hands when 3 stockholders suddenly gained over 60% of the corporation. Most production facilities located in the Alliance, the Combine and the Suns were closed, with massive layoffs. Unconfirmed reports have it that JB Battlemechs opening new production facilities on Epsilon Eridani, CAF, and New Earth, but no workers from the closed facilities have been invited to transfer to these new locales. Capabilities. Based off the original design blueprints, the Dragonfire design team produced a battlemech in 3058, specifically designed to counter advantages of clan machines. Able to handle a versatile fighting style and control fast heat buildup, the Dragonfire incorporated an endosteel chassis and XL engine, freeing up space in order to mount the heavier LB systems and the newly rediscovered Gauss rifle. Case protects the pilot from catastrophic ammunition explosion, and double-strength heatsinks keep it under control. Deployment. While the 3F design is still popular among Combine units, the newer 6FC design is found almost exclusively amongst the Word of Blake. JB Battlemechs will not sell any more units outside of their exclusive contract with the Word of Blake, but a recent raid against the Maya facility on New Earth saw a unit sporting Sky Ranger colours abscond with 6 of these machines. Variants. After the initial run of 3Fs that shot profits through the roof for JB Battlemechs Incorporated, the 4F variant appeared, swapping out the large laser with an ER version to make a sturdy, long-range fighter. When JBBMI signed an exclusive subsidiary contract with the Word of Blake, The Dragon Fire was redesigned from the 4F variant to take advantage of the word's improved C3 technology, swapping the pulse lasers of extended range versions and removing the Guardian ECM suite. The Dragon Fire fulfilled a new role as a command and support mech. The longer reach combined with heavier firepower made it a popular mech, with many Word of Blake commanders seeing heavy use as an anchor in fast assault missions. Notable mech warriors: Adept XX Andrew Migiyaki. Calm, cool, and collected on the battlefield, Migiyaki has gained a reputation in the 1st Division as a deadly sharpshooter in his Dragonfire 6FC, using his Gauss rifle and lasers with surgical precision. He's racked up an impressive 39 kills, 19 of which have been confirmed as officers. Migiyaki has no aspiration to rise any higher in rank and has refused promotion to command on 3 occasions. Currently, Adept Migiyaki is training new recruits on the Word of Blake Militia, World of Calf. Ronin Gordon Levi. Separated from his unit on Deeren during the devastating Word of Blake attack in 3068, Gordon has eschewed his rank and calls himself Ronin until he can remove the dark stain of failure from his conscience. Originally part of the DEST bodyguard team assigned to protect Director Kerai Indrahar, a savage attack by a Light of Mankind Cerberus had crippled his Dragonfire 3F with a freak hit to his hip, immobilizing his mech, and consequently allowing the fanatics to almost destroy the Nodachi that the Director was piloting. Critically wounded, the Director was successfully escorted off-world by a small mercenary unit that was on Deeren delivering supplies to the beleaguered Combine troops. Electing to remain behind, Levi conducts solo hit-and-fade attacks against Blakist convoys coming out of the spaceport, using his range to pick off select targets before fading back into the rocky crags. Sympathetic locals have been attempting to obtain more ammunition and parts for Levi, with limited success. So the Dragonfire stats: it's a 75-tonner with a Royal Star ATE with Endo-Steel chassis. Its power plant originally is a Pitband 300 XL with a cruise of 43 and a max speed of 65 with no jump jets. Its armor is Arc Shield Maxi 2 with a single Zeus slingshot Gauss rifle, a Mydron XL LB-10X autocannon, a single Exostar large, and 2 Defiant B4M medium pulse lasers, manufactured by JB Battlemechs Incorporated, primarily built on the factory at Storfors. Its communication system is a Series Com Model 21RS, and its targeting and tracking is a fire scan with indirect track. Now, I don't know if this changes when we go to the other later TRO, as it all seems to be the same there, yes, although obviously the primary factory changes to Storfors and LA, JBBMI, and it has the Series Com with fire scan indirect track. So, yes, one of the Marauder variants, or one would have been one of the siblings of the Marauder, had it had the chance to actually get built way back in the day of the Star League. The Dragonfire probably isn't going to be very popular with many people. It's not the prettiest battle mech out there. We've got a mech that has 23 internals, so it has 10 double heat sinks for 20 heat. It walks 4, runs 6. Its armor value is 38 on the torso, 8 on the rear, 26 on both of the side torsos with 6 on the rear, 24 armor on the arms, and 32 on the legs. It's a stubby little thing. It's not the most popular, I would say. I think, you know, other siblings to the Marauder, like the Night Star, for instance, is a far better visual design. But as far as firepower goes, this thing is pretty nasty. I mean, I lament the fact that this thing ends up in the later versions that, oh, Word of Blake gets to Dragonfire. Oh, yeah, we give them that. Yeah, Shraggy. They give just one of these write-ups where someone just had, you know, one hand on their dick when they were writing, Word of Blake, and it's just... It's just frustrating. It's sad, and I'm not knocking anyone who's a fan of Word of Blake. If they came into the setting and this was what was going on at the time, then you know you don't know why there's a dislike of the Word of Blake by a larger majority of fans. It's just this like weird obsession with the writing staff to have we have to have the new threat, the new big enemy, because we had the clans, and I don't think these writers seem to remember that when Battletech originally came out, there was no big threat. Everyone just loved the kind of interplay of the great houses and the battles between these like massive superpowers in space. And after the clan thing, it was like, oh, what do we do now? Well, the clans aren't a threat anymore. oh, quick, let's have Comstar split and somehow have all of this tech and ammo and weapons and ships and fucking armies of people to go attack everybody. It's like completely unnecessary. And I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if Catalyst do a thing where they write the next big enemy coming from the eastern side of the dark spaces beyond returns. Clan Wolverine, you know, they turn up and they just fucking murder everybody in the Outworlds Alliance, slap a big chunk of the Federated Suns off as part of their own space, attack a little bit of the Taurians and take a big chunk out of Kirita or something. Like, the resurgent Clan Wolverine or the Massachusetts Clan or whatever the fuck they'd be called would turn up, and they have robots that transform and turn into, like, you know, fucking Zoids or some shit, who knows, but yeah, the writers are going to come up with something stupid because there has to be the next big threat. Oh no, it can't just be the interplay of these factions. Like, currently that seems to be what's going on with the Ilkhan thing, where they're obviously trying to reset, and I'm sorry that this LoreWarrior has turned into me talking about the current writing, but it feels like that they've settled it again. You know, there's a new leader, and there's new people, and there's new players on the board, and there's, you know, the map's changed a bit, and there's these factions moving around. Oh, it might be getting back to how it used to be, where they're just having little spats, little wars, little invasions here and there, you know, going on. And then they're going to ruin it again. They're just going to do this thing where it's going to be like, you know, the threat from the south. Oh my god, it's fucking shark people have turned up. Oh no, it's not Diamond Shark. It's literal shark people with shark mechs. Oh, look out, the land shark, and look out, it's the goblin battle mech, and the fucking land whale. This shit like that just turns up, you know, there's like aliens or so. They'll do something dumb like that, you know, to try and pep it up a bit. Yeah, they can't just keep writing what was popular Battletech, which was just wars and petty squabbles on the border and merc units getting stuck in situations way above their pay grade and just interesting shit like that, because apparently it's now got to be space opera for some reason. It's got to be fucking Gundam every single time. You know, it's silly. Anyway, Dragon Fire. The original write-up's good. The second write-up's ruined by the word of Blake just poisoning it like it always does. Thanks for listening anyway. Have a good one. Bye-bye.